Oh, hey, Nadir, what are you up to?
Oh, nothing. I was just browsing the excellent selection of books here in the library of the Night Court. I don't suppose there's anything you'd like to read?
I would actually love to find some books for my favorite tabletop games.
You would probably want to actually take out a book like that, and I don't think you want to navigate the Fey rules for borrowing and lending. Instead, you may want to look at our sponsor, Dragon Master Games. In addition to tabletop gaming books, you can get dice and accessories, and they're a fantastic local store and would love to have your support.
Oh, hey, that's a great idea, but we're in the Feywild, so I can't go to the store right now.
Oh, not a problem at all. You can go to their online storefront that's linked in the show notes, and be sure to write in the comments that Bard Rock Cafe sent you.
Alright, I'll do that. Thanks, Nadir. Anyway, we should get on with the show.
And welcome back, everybody, to Bard Rock Cafe, episode 63, probably? That sounds right. Anyway, last time on Bard Rock Cafe, we killed Baba Yaga. Let's jump into it. So, at the start of the episode, armbar. You find yourself waking up with a very large lump on the back of your head, to basically a gigantic disaster area of a combat zone. Welcome back to consciousness. And welcome back. We missed you.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I could say. So Armbar wakes up and he's just like, "Ooh, my head! I got a lump like a tea cup hit on my coffee."
What?
Oh,
What's the last thing you remember, champ?
I don't remember. We were walking down the walkway and all of a sudden just went out. And I still feel a little woozy.
Okay, so we talked to Baba Yaga. We tried settling things peacefully. We said you could drop from the deck of... Yeah. So that was what sounds like you remember is right before we talked to Baba Yaga. We let her draw from the deck of May things in exchange for freeing the Fey Prince. Which, by the way, hey, hello, Prince of the Spring Court. We are the chosen of the Tablets of Fate, and we have saved you from your prison.
Hello.
Anyway, we'll get back to you in a second, sir. And then I continued telling Armbar about, she drew the Fate card, which was bad juju because she's also a Fate Witch. And she basically imprisoned us in the day that the Tablet of Fate fell through the Bard Rock Cafe, except for Rook, and Rook, who, dodged it because she had Baba Yaga's magic on her, or some shit. And the rest of us had to relive that day, but the tablet never fell. You still got conked on the head because apparently you're destined to get a concussion on that day in all universes.
You know that time, if you guys ever watch One Piece, and it's like Luffy just kind of zones out and doesn't understand anything what anybody's listening to? That's how Armbar feels right now.
And then he just goes, "Oh yeah, I understand." And then everybody else is like, "No, you fucking don't."
Yeah. And then he yells meat and everybody's fine. Yep, that's how Armbar feels.
Yep. And then Jenny Greenteeth was running the alternate reality. We convinced her that Baba Yaga was going to backstab her. She let us out. Nadir, you didn't get out with us. What was going on with you?
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't with you when the tablets fell. I was back in Candlekeep, and
right, but you didn't
everything kind of went to shit.
No, I mean, when we escaped, you were already here.
Oh, yeah, I got out before you.
How?
Well, I went inside the tablet. I can do that now.
Wow, your ability to recap things is so much more succinct than mine. I was expecting this whole exposition of the part where the deer saw that the Tablet of Fate is basically disintegrating and is no longer structurally intact, but that meant he could just pluck our fates. I was expecting that whole thing for the audience's benefit. You're like, "Oh yeah, no, I just went into the Tablet of Fate, stepped back out, it's fine."
I'm a little upset, honestly.
I didn't say I stepped back out.
I'm a little upset.
You added that.
But
my character takes a break and I get knocked out for 2 weeks. Nadir gets off for a couple weeks, and he's in the Table of Fate all of a sudden.
So,
Brock just looks at Nadir like, I thought you were the storyteller in this group.
so Baba Yaga literally rewrote fate to, I guess, trap us in some sort of, I don't know, it wasn't exactly euphoric for me, but I think that was the idea. And so I found the strings and I rewrote it. I couldn't rewrite everything, obviously, but I found us and put us together. And things sort of took care of themselves after that, it feels like. I should go look at it again in the future at some point, but that's for another time.
And then we did Baba Yaga several murders. We killed her, she got better, so we killed her to death after that.
And then she, like, turned into bugs. But I had a big bug zapper, so it was all good.
Well, she was bugs, but she was also, like, this giant metal mouth?
Not a problem for the champ. Bow.
That's
Yeah,
right.
things were...
No, not you, champ, the other champ. I see your confusion.
Yeah, things were very strange for about a good 10 seconds.
I feel like it was at least
Because-
18 seconds, oddly specifically enough. I
Yeah, but 10 of those were
real.
really weird.
12 of them were really weird. Also, Rook did the vast majority of the murder to Baba Yaga's first form by herself. She really didn't need our help
I stabbed her.
to death. Actually, you stabbed her to death multiple times.
Yeah. Once in her and once in the heart.
Also, you killed a house. Good job.
I killed the house, yes.
How does one kill a house?
You stab its heart, armbar.
Or drop a meteor the size of Texas on it. That happened to my house.
Well, which was it?
It was the first one. The stabbing.
Stab in the heart.
Granny always told me that houses had hearts if you loved them enough.
This one definitely did. I don't think it was a love thing, though. I think it was just anatomically, it had a heart.
Oh. I don't understand, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, here's the thing. It, isn't, wait, if you live at home, isn't that called the hearth?
It's the earth.
And you hear in the distance at my food truck, DJ pulls out his drum set and goes, ba-dum-tsh.
I don't know what an H is, but it's silent.
Wait,
do
you have the letter H. I remember you learning this
I think
one.
I do, actually.
I am so happy to have Armbar back.
I think I
This
do,
is-
actually. I need to check that out.
This is
No,
everything
I
I
distinctly
wanted.
remember us going to a building shaped like the letter H and spending time on air teaching you the letter H because the building was shaped like
I
an H and we
do!
wanted you to understand that.
I do.
Gosh, you have a list?
I have
good.
a list. I know the exclamation point, but I don't know what a T is.
So Armbar can be one of the guards from Metal Gear Solid now.
Yep.
Bow, bow, bow. Oh, we taught him exclamation point because he needed to sign autographs at the tournament, remember? And he wanted to have a
cool
signature. So it was armbar.
It's on bar.
I think we also let him have the Spanish upside down exclamation point for free, even though he has no reason to use it.
Maybe that's why it doesn't have a character for it. Because I don't think I see that one.
Yeah, because when you learn Spanish, it's usually just like every time you would use the exclamation point, you have to start a sentence with an upside down exclamation point. That's it.
Is Spanish part of D&D? Like, can I learn a whole nother alphabet?
It's the same alphabet.
It's just a punctuation mark in that alphabet.
Enye?
So, oh yeah, okay, there is one letter. You fucking got us.
Wow.
I mean, there's a few that got the little.
Armbar, check this out. And I take the letter N, which I don't think you know yet, and I write it down, and then I draw a tilde over it, which is just otherwise a symbol from fucking math. Like, this is a different letter, I guess.
It just rolls off the tongue. Enye! Brother! Mañana! Is there another word that has an enye in it?
I mean, there are.
I
What is
turn
it?
to the Lord of the Spring Court that's standing next to us, and I go, I'm sorry, this is going to be a few more minutes, I think.
Wait, what if you take the word banana and you replace the ends with enye? Banana.
Banana! think that's an anime, by the way.
It is. It's a cat inside of a banana.
God damn it.
Banana.
James and the Giant Banana.
James and the Giant. Banana.
It's non-banana business.
I'm not actually kidding. It really is an anime with a cat and a banana.
That's great. Anyway, Armbar, I think we covered you over the last few episodes now.
Can I learn the Enye, by the way?
I think it just happened now.
Wait, no, did he already have N?
I don't. I have M.
Kenny, can we teach him N, and if he gets it, also Enye is a bonus?
Armbar. It seems appropriate.
Alright, how about Bardic Inspiration? This feels very necessary.
Roll our
I'll give you the help action.
First roll of you coming back. First roll of the session. Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, fuck.
You do have a D10 of Bardic Inspiration.
Yep. To learn the letter N and add a slightly...
What'd I get?
You got a 3 and a 1.
Alright, so you have a 3, and then roll your D10.
What did I get, he says.
8.
Hey, that's 11.
So you got an 11 total?
Yeah.
That is not awful. I'll give you in. Inye is still breaking your brain a little bit.
I don't understand it, so I'm just gonna use an Enye, like, randomly, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you actually conflate them, so you just keep randomly saying the letter N like it's an Enye in words now. Words you before pronounced perfectly normally, but now for some reason you're adding the Enye sound to them. Because you think you've been saying N wrong for all these years.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is no N in my alphabet. It's just Enye.
Gosh.
This episode is peaked.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here,
I was
I
gonna say,
guess.
it's all downhill from this point.
What do we do now?
We interact with the NPC. Anyway, alright, so, Your Lordship, I'm sorry, my friend who has the very serious concussion is now up to date on us saving you. How are you feeling?
It's good to be out. It's good to be free. What is a Texas, and how big is its size?
Alright, so, I don't remember, there's this gentleman in the Forgotten Realms named Elminster. He has told stories of this plane he traveled to once called Toronto. And apparently Texas there is this large area full of xenophobic people with firearms. And everything's bigger there.
Take an inspiration for answering in character in a legitimate way.
Awesome.
Kenny, can I have a request?
Yeah.
Can he misinterpret what firearms means, please?
I was stuck on he's giving an actual legitimate answer, but you're right. Firearms. Is it on the fire plane? I should visit
Might as well be.
Oh, I wouldn't go to the fire plane.
Oh no, the fire plane doesn't exist. One of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse ate it?
Well, I do have a bit of a unique appearance. They might not like my kind round there.
That's...
Anyway, I don't know what I did wrong. D&D Beyond is only giving me the option to check heroic inspiration. I don't have a regular inspiration box that I can find.
So inspiration is just...
I understand, I'm just trying to record it on my character sheet, and I can't find the regular inspiration box.
I don't know what to tell you.
it's the same box.
That's weird, because heroic inspiration is mechanically a whole other fucking different thing, D&D Beyond, but okay, it has been marked. Anyway, who you really have to thank for this is the person who has been shepherding your prison for this whole time, Rook. For some reason, your amulet thing found your way to Rook and has been protecting Rook this whole time. I'm not sure why.
Rook is silently glaring at this man.
So, the Lord of the Spring Court turns to Rook, and he's actually going to roll an insight check to understand why you're glaring.
Oh, okay.
So it's his insight versus your deception. Unless you want him to know.
Okay, my deception.
So he got an 18 plus 4, so 22. So you're looking to beat a 22 with your deception.
11 total. She's not able to hide it.
Is that a reliable talent swing for you or no?
Oh, shoot, is it?
I don't know because I don't know what. Because I think you have to be proficient in it. I don't remember how reliable
even
talent
with
works.
reliable talent,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
be
just want to
enough
make
to
sure
be
the correct
a
number is stated. I don't think it would either, but
You know what? It's true. It does apply in this situation. So it actually goes to 14.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's still...
Yeah.
I just wanted the record to correctly reflect,
thanks.
that's all.
That's cool.
Okay. So, he regards you for a moment. What is his impression of Rooks?
So
Thought process.
the reason why she's staring and doesn't know what to say is because she's been carrying him around her neck, and it's very weird to see him full size. So she's in kind of a state of shock. And she's staring, studying his details. She's looked at him in miniature for so long. It's kind of like a weird world moment right now. Surreal.
Oh, it's like when you see someone on TV all the time and then you see them in real life, it's like you're not 6 inches tall anymore.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah. It's like a perception shift.
So, he's looking at you and he gets this... He's seen you, like... He's been in this gym for a long time. He sees you regarding him in this way, and he's a famous guy. He's used to this.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I just want you to know, I know you said the word gym, but I heard the word gym, and now in my mind he's just fucking ripped because he's been inside of a gym doing squats for like the last 10 years.
I saw you watching me at the gym.
This guy's got armbar levels of gains.
Why is he so jacked?
Because apparently his fantasy world Baba Yaga shoved him in is just doing pull-ups. Like that one thing that they do on Arrow where he does the pull-up and he like lunges his entire body up and goes up another level on the bar. He's been doing that for 84 years.
His ideal world is just Planet Fitness. That's just...
Ew.
He has lived off of nothing but smoothies for the past however many years.
It's like
an
no, more
advocator for the
protein.
Lunkel arm.
Like no, that smoothie doesn't have enough protein, and he's like, "Sir, if you add more protein, it'll just be powder. Just add it."
My prince, how would you like your eggs? Raw. Okay. I also need you to know that there's a part of me, if he wasn't a serious NPC, would have him say he wants to take the relationship to the neck level.
I hated that. I also loved that.
He is, unfortunately...
I'm proud of you. Kenny, you can have an inspiration from me.
Aww.
He's gonna use that against us.
I
Hang
am.
on.
I don't have the ability to give him that mechanically, so...
I will,
But he does have the ability to give it to himself.
That is correct. I will, as the DM, accept your offering.
Oh no,
Trade
I made a
agreement
pact with
reached.
the Fae.
New Warlock unlocked. Your patron is literally just the DM.
I saw past the veil. We were all ink on paper, miniatures on grids. Ah!
Wait, hold on. Kenny, if I make a warlock, can you just be my patron?
Honestly, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, Brock just
Okay.
has this like 1,000-yard stare. He goes, "Hey, you guys remember how like a calendar month ago our voices were all much more difficult to comprehend? Like we were using inferior recording equipment." And wait, what is recording equipment?
Huh?
You actually sounded about the same throughout. You know, I remember like there being this weird tinny background noise for some of us every time they spoke.
All right. So anyway, all
I
right.
can do this all night. Sorry.
Yeah.
Baragon's nose starts bleeding. Just like, what is happening?
So, the Lord of the Spring Court is familiar with the we'll call it starstruck nature of Rook's expression. He goes, "Rook, thank you for freeing me from my prison. though I accepted it willingly, it was under duress, and I see that things have gone a little bit awry while I was away. Is there anything that I can do for you in return?
Not for me, not right now, but you're needed back at court.
How very fortunate, then, that I plan on returning. Would you like to come with me?
I think I look at Lobo and Halil and go, I'm pretty sure that's our job, actually?
I'm coming with you then.
You all are welcome, oh, Jesus Christ. You all are welcome guests at the Spring Court.
Only one of us is a jest, and that's me.
It's been a long time since I talked.
Oh god, he's like one of those guys who say GIF instead of GIF.
We're not having that debate right now. We're too sidetracked already.
You are all.
We're not
going to
have
jests.
that debate because all of us say it right.
Wait. Which way do you think is
exactly.
right, Tenzai? Because I think you're wrong about all of us saying it right.
It's GIF.
No. Let's not do it. We're moving on.
I say the peanut butter, but okay.
We'll talk about this after the episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in the after show we don't have.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in a jiffy.
Anyway, I think we start walking.
So, Prince, what do you
Yes.
mean? What do you mean under duress?
Oh, Baba Yaga, well, offered me a deal that I did not wish to take, but which I had to in order to save someone.
Someone, huh? Keeping
Yes.
it vague, huh?
To be fair, we don't even know this guy's first name yet, so.
I've never met you before. We've just sort of
Fair.
been hanging around together.
I'm sorry, I guess because you were, I've had you for such a long time, I got a little used to you. You don't sound like the way I thought you'd sound at all.
How would you like me to sound?
No, you don't need to sound different. Actually, it's better. I imagine someone really nasally and snooty.
So, Kenny, did you use your best Urkel voice for the remainder of this character's existence? Did I do that?
Oh, man.
Also,
Is this
sir,
doing
your
it for you a little better?
Can't
Change it back.
change it back right now. I draw my sword.
Exactly. Rick draws both crossbows.
Immediately just enter combat. Did I do that?
Pew, pow.
But in all seriousness, sir, do you have, for some reason, if I'm thinking back on this, I don't think anyone in the entire Feywild has ever actually told us your name. What should we call you besides just Prince? Are you, an artist formerly known as Prince? Or do you have, an actual, non-pronoun, proper noun we should call you?
I don't remember my name.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
I don't remember my name.
If we name you, does it give us power?
Only if you get very, very lucky.
Alright, guys, we've been handed an opportunity here. How about Boblin?
Boblin the Goblin.
You
It's
say that
very clearly not a goblin.
doesn't sit right. Not my name.
Alright, how about... I'm just going to start listing names of real-life royals. How about Henry?
Nope.
Honestly, I was thinking Bob
Prancer.
too.
Wait, did the...
I'm gonna say it this way. I want... Who all is guessing random names as y'all are walking back to the Spring Court?
Guys,
Who's
Brock
guessing
said
random names and
Prancer.
who actually knows it?
Brock is absolutely just spitting off random names.
Okay, so Brock. Is Epi
Armbar.
spewing random names? Armbar.
I might
Minibar,
throw in
obviously.
one or two.
Okay.
The miniest of bars.
Okay. It's a mini bar.
My alpaca's randomly bleeding, and we suspect if anyone had speak with animals, they'd be doing it too.
Okay.
I mean, don't make me summon the alpacas. They get a voice too, right?
My alpaca always exists. Yours exists for 60 seconds, so.
No.
Giggity.
Armbars, I think, get... What is it? Total of... Is it I think I gave you a total of an hour a day?
I think
Oh.
so.
Yeah.
Or it's an hour per summon or something.
No, it's an hour a day.
It's only per
Okay.
day.
Anyway, mine exists more. But I also spent like a 5th level spell slot on it, so.
My alpaca exists better than yours.
It's my
All right.
granny's granny.
I would like.
I don't actually know if that's true. That's probably not. That's not lore.
Okay. All right. Armbar, give me a D100.
64.
Okay. Brock, D100.
Alright, let me see. Where's my Brock D100? Boop. Also 64.
Seriously? Same one?
Yeah, seriously.
That is wild. Epi, if you roll it, if you get 64,
I'm so sorry.
We know the name.
It
I
was
was
a
gonna say,
10.
if you got 3 identical rolls on a D100, I would have let you have it.
We just summoned fucking Beetlejuice, that's his name.
Basically.
God
We all guessed
damn it,
Beetlejuice.
Epi.
You blew it.
Way to
So your
fucking
name's
go, Epi.
Beetlejuice then? No?
Doesn't sound right.
Just say it 2 more times.
No,
Beetlejuice,
you're pronouncing it wrong.
Beetlejuice? The sequel?
No, Beetlejuice.
Anyway. So,
Beetlegeist.
you spend the
This is just
trip guessing names. You don't land on it. You don't pick the name. But Rook, you were asking. What were
I
you-
wasn't asking anything.
Okay. He said, yes, I do not know my name. I cast it aside.
Cast it aside.
Yes.
It's a very Faith thing to do, actually.
So it's
I
not that
guess
we're wrong. It's just that he doesn't remember.
I feel like
I still
I
have
think
a
it's one of
name. I don't
You
know
don't know
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
those- he
Who would
knows
know
what it's
it
not.
is?
It could be the things that we told you it was.
No.
Halil
No.
Lobo, do you remember your
No.
boss's name?
No.
I don't. No one knows his name. Names have power.
How do you
He-
sign any legal documents?
I mean, so here's the thing: legally, anything you write consistently is there. So the prince here could just draw a tree every time, and it would be a legal signature.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Wouldn't that be easy to copy, though? Like, you just draw
Well, I
a
mean-
tree, and then people are like, oh, yep, there's the prince.
You know-
He decided to give us lower
Yeah,
tariffs.
so you can tell which one studied art and which one didn't by like, oh yeah, you could just draw a tree the same way every fucking time. Do you not value my art degree, Epi?
So, Prince, how's it going? How you enjoying being back?
I have missed my walks in the woods. My alternate
Hey.
reality was not pleasant for me.
Oh, yeah, your grass tried to kill us once. That was fun.
It does get up to mischief. My apologies.
Oh, actually, I did have a question about the woods. Actually, now we're thinking about it. Do you remember your court had a dryad? I know there's probably you probably have lots of people in your court, so I don't know if the name. Do you remember a dryad named Talia? She asked me to check on her tree.
He stops and closes his eyes and seems to concentrate for a second. Then he opens his eyes and goes, yes, I know Talia.
Do you recall her tree, and if it's somewhere in the general direction of the court? It's been like on my to-do list for the last, actually, literally 10 episodes, to check on her. And just, your lordship, the word episode is this unit of time we measure on the material plane. It's kind of like vaguely units of time that occur between 1 hour and several days. It's really bad unit of measurement, probably made by the British.
It sounds like them. Another of Elminster's. Anyway,
What was the world like that Baba Yaga made for you?
I was stuck in a valley filled with thorns.
Oh.
No matter how I tried to prune them, they always grew back. No matter how hard I tried to get the forest to right itself, it remained wrong. On that point, this forest does seem wrong right now, and Talia's tree is not here. I can't sense it in the spring court.
That's concerning.
Well, there have been a lot of plane shifting shenanigans going on. Oh yeah, by the way, brief update. Some of them are just disappearing. That's been happening very recently, though.
How does a plane disappear?
Good question. Perhaps you just didn't value it.
I mean, there was like when we were at the elemental plane of fire, like one of these big, powerful guys came and he and his minions just started eating reality, including everything made of magic that was there. Like there was a Jin prince who's really powerful. Like, oh, let's obliterate these guys, and it unraveled his magic, and then just a bunch of them globbed onto him and swallowed him whole, and then swallowed the entire plane. We barely escaped with the help of Queen Maeve and a plane shift spell.
I see. Right. One problem at a time.
And then
Let's get back to my court.
dun
Figure out how
dun
to-
dun dun.
Unfuck everything. Then we can discuss what you need from me. Something tells me you're central to all of this. I have a hunch.
Oh, yeah, I have a tablet of fate in my basement, Seth.
Ah,
Technically speaking, I have a piece of godhood that is parts of fate.
Yeah, I'm kind of the de facto god of time now, I guess.
I feel like you're like God in training, so demigod's probably more accurate.
roll an insight
Yeah,
check.
I don't know.
Any specific person?
I'll say Rook, roll an insight check. Because you're the one
Oh.
that's actively talking to the prince right now.
Oh, jeez, my very bad insight.
Yeah, it's because you drew that one card that made you dumber once.
Wait, I think that.
That was like
Oh no, that's a
episode.
wisdom-based skill. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do. 5.
He seems remarkably unruffled.
Well, Fairy, don't you think he seems so chill for a guy who's been in an orb for
He
so
really
long?
does. He's like not bothered by any of this. And this is crazy shit, man. I still can't think about it without getting the willies. What's going on here?
The willies. I love you, fairy. Never change.
Fairy, isn't it cool that he's here?
He's like a celebrity.
I want Rook to roll another insight check on Brock at Fairy calling this guy like a celebrity.
Okay.
I think he'll sign my tail.
I thought he'd be taller.
I'm not even going to roll. I'm just going to say the DC is 10 at best.
I did not pass that. I got
Yep.
7.
Brock seems unbothered by the fact Fairy is starstruck at this guy, even though Brock is a low-level celebrity himself. And you've known him
I
all
see
this
what
fucking
it
time.
is.
Yeah, Brock is just perfectly okay with how starstruck Fairy is. Like, oh yeah, no, I've been traveling with this wealthy musician guy this whole time. Not a big deal. Yep, nope, not bothered.
It's alright, all of us value your arts degree.
Brock's ego takes 1d4 damage. He has to meet an adoring fan to recover that.
Oh no, all my adoring fans are in a different plane of existence right now.
Right.
All my adoring fans were in the plane of fire. Oh no!
Oh shit, that's true. A lot of them were.
Oh no, what about the world tour?
That's actually true.
Don't worry, Epi has one imp, from what I remember, who's just hasn't worked up the courage to talk to Brock yet. It's fine.
Wait, I feel like out of all your various minions, it would be Sprit and not Dot that is my fan.
Yeah.
Although I do feed Dot very well, so maybe.
I was gonna say, you've done a few, you've done Dot a few solids and generally been chaotic in nature, so Dot's a fan. So
I feel like this is the part where Armbar usually comforts me and boosts my ego, but I think Armbar is distracted.
I feel like
He's just
Armbar,
listening intently.
while poking the giant Looney Tunes bump on his head.
He's still trying to contemplate the Enye, okay?
But what does it mean?
But what does it mean?
The numbers. What do they mean? Armbar, those are letters.
No,
Listen, he has
I can
trouble
see,
with those too.
No, you see, Armbar, it's the letter E when it's this way, but if you turn it backwards, it's basically the number 3.
That's not what Baragon told me.
What?
And then the letter,
What?
then a capital B is basically also the letter 8. Wait, number 8.
That's a.
My degree is in art, not math. We've been over this.
But what's A plus B?
C.
Arithmetic.
Yeah,
12.
Armbar's jumping.
Let me just pull out my speaking
Or
stone.
is-
I know a guy for this. I have a customer, a regular customer. His name is PEMDAS. He specializes in math. Let me get him on the horn.
Off in the distance, Fluffy, the DM dragon, flutters by, daring you to bring PIMDOS into this.
Epi, we just opened up a gift shop to help raise funds to rebuild the Bard Rock. Look at this fancy new design.
I'd love that on a new t-shirt.
You are transported to a world of t-shirts, all identical. You can feel your sense of self slipping away from you as the shirts reach out and grab you and assimilate.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Epi, where'd you go?
Wild magic. Don't ask, it was terrible. So, where's the gift shop going to be?
Oh, well, we have 2 storefronts, bardrockcafe.redbubble.com and tpublic.com/users/bardrockcafe. So anyone can support the Bard Rock.
You know, the coffee mug is really cute.
And that's not all we sell. We have t-shirts, hoodies, children's apparel, baby
Bard
onesies,
Rock
notebooks,
Cafe's gift shop
collections.
is now open. Sales go to support the show. So if you want to help out and also get some cool Bard Rock Cafe merch, go check it out.
And that's everything we had so far. Epi, are you listening?
Did you say something?
Epi, Diana, I brought you both a cup of tea. It's not Earl Grey, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I've had your tea, and it's all cups of lies.
First of all, I make the finest tea prestidigitation has to offer. Second of all, this is a new line of teas we'll be serving at the Bard Rock from now on by our partners at Many Worlds Tavern.
Oh, I've heard of them. I'm particularly fond of Sleepy Fields and Golden Root myself.
Well, look, if it's good enough for Diana, it's good enough for me. I'll have a cup of that Farthing Harbor.
Of course! Here you go. I pour Epi a cup of tea.
Epi, roll perception to determine if the tea is made of lies.
Damn it. That's a natural one.
First of all, you are absolutely convinced Brock used prestidigitation on this tea. Second of all, you feel a wild magic surge inside you, and dozens of thirsty customers appear outside of Brock's food truck right here in the graveyard.
No worries, folks. We have plenty of tea from Many Worlds Tavern for all of you. Try a cup of Sage's Gate or Sacred Spring. Somehow I already have dozens of cups of this already prepared and steeped for this occasion.
Of course you did.
Want to brew some of this delicious tea at home? Just go to http://manyworldsTavern.com/bardrockcafe and use the code BardrockCafe at checkout to save 10% on your order. As always, a portion of your order supports the show. And if you're a coffee drinker like my good friend Armbar, they have options for you there too.
Brock, I'm happy for you and all, but get your food truck and all your customers off my lawn.
Sorry, Dan, I can't hear you. This tea is selling like hotcakes. And so are the hotcakes. Bye, everybody.
Where are we now, Llewellyn?
Well, Meanie, it looks like we've arrived in a universe where Jump Leads is part of the Bard Rock network of podcasts.
The Bard Rock Network? Wow! That's a whole new audience ready to experience our adventures jumping through parallel universes, like when we found that colony of religious robots, or the time we were chased by a knife-wielding dinosaur.
What about when you spent a whole episode looking for a bathroom?
We don't have to talk about that.
Listen to the scripted sci-fi comedy podcast audiences are calling a cross between Sliders, Doctor Who, and Lower Decks. Jump Leads. Season 1 available now wherever you get your podcasts. Season 2 coming soon.
Who was that?
Sounds like this reality is actually an ad spot.
An ad spot? Wait, so none of this is canon?
It was, until you asked that question.
Oh, Kenny, has the Fey Prince noticed that there's just a guy whose son is a smaller version of the same muscular mustachioed guy?
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for like a down moment for him to lean over to Rook and go, "You have strange traveling companions. How long was I in the amulet, and what year is it? How much time has passed? Are these the new norms of the world?"
You asked a lot of questions. Number one, yes, they are weird. Number 2, DM, what the hell year is it?
I don't know.
Dear knows.
I
Pretends I'm putting this on you. You looked up the year when you looked up that scroll.
No,
about
I actually.
30
Yeah,
episodes
I was
ago.
gonna say it's 1497. We know this.
I know it was established at some point, but that's buried in my notes, and
Yeah, something about Paul's Purple. I remember Paul's Purple.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's that year. And I mean, I guess it's the norm. Traveling mercenaries are everywhere, but I mean, I guess we are a little bit weirder than normal.
He just looks thoughtful.
I just lean over. Also, any idea what Paul's Purple is?
I do seem to recall there was a scroll of prophecies centered around each year, and one of them was the Paul's Purple. Why do you ask?
I mean, because this is that year, and I feel like the end of days feels like the significant event, so I'm looking for how a thing called Paul's Purple comes into play.
The scroll was very vague. It was the subject of a great deal of debate whether or not it was prophetic, and if it was, what each of the years meant. A great deal of time and scholarship went into looking at previous years to decide what they were referring to. Unfortunately, something as vague as Paul's Purple really only is helpful in hindsight, which is, of course, one major shortcoming of prophecy. It tends to be cryptic.
Alright, I turn to Baragon. Baragon, I have an important task for you. I need you to, in about 50 years, travel back to this moment and tell us what the fuck Paul's Purple is about.
Can I even do that?
Just comes back and is like, okay, in the year 2044,
No.
do not buy a wrap skirt. It will betray you, and that's all I can get out.
Invest in Bitcoin. Invest in Bitcoin.
No, at Bard Rock Network, we do not condone the purchasing of cryptocurrency, actually.
No.
Don't invest in Bitcoin. That's the advice.
Invest in Werthers.
There it is. We found it.
No, so as soon as Brock finishes saying that, there's a pop, and then a very gray-furred, older-looking double tail appears, and he says, "We still don't know!"
That's the best answer. And then before we can ask him for mechanical help with the situation, he pops back to the future. Shit.
Wait.
I used my one use of you doing that. I mean, above game, it's just they put in flavor shit for the D&D backstory. It's not relevant.
It's just random shit that the DM can play with. They have
it's like that guy. What was the guy in real life that made all those predictions, most of which didn't come true?
Oh, Richard
Nostradamus?
something.
Nostradamus, thank you. It's just that guy, but D&D.
Richard something. Richard Nostradamus.
Yep, just...
No, there was a guy in the 90s who wouldn't shut the fuck up about the rapture.
Good old Dick Nostradamus, man.
A guy who won't stop talking about the rapture does sound like he'd be named Dick.
Right?
Oh god, is the guy Paul's Purple just the name of that guy that keeps talking about the end of days outside my cafe?
The Prince goes, "Wait,
You know it's...
that was the name of my band when I was a child.
Yeah, right?
We should get back together again. Do a comeback tour. New lead singer."
We aren't doing much in progression of the story, but the riffing of this episode is A+ for us.
Wait, did we ever figure out how long you were in the necklace? Because I'm curious now, and I have to know.
We know the year. What year was it when you made the deal with Baba Yaga? Also, I learned from experience, don't make deals with hags. Inky makes a guttural growl noise.
The Fey Prince looks remarkably unbothered by the presence of a literal bone claw right there. He goes, "I was in the amulet for 99 years.
Is your name Bob?
No.
It's weird that you managed to stay in It's weird you managed to stay in 99 years without rolling up to the next dollar, so to speak.
I love that I understand the joke. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Or, Drew felt like the more topical but less exciting version of that joke.
So, you make your way through the Spring Court. As you walk through the Spring Court, anywhere that the Lord of the Spring Court walks, you see him, performing magic, touching the trees, waving his hands around, and you're watching as, like, graying bark turns vibrant again. Places where webs were overwhelming or underbrush was getting out of control, it turns back into, like, this well-manicured garden. Yes, that exactly.
For the audience, I posted a GIF in our group chat of a rose blossoming in speed time.
So he is setting the court back right. At one point, some spiders try to attack, and the trees themselves just spear the spiders through, clearly in defense of their lord. And after a couple hours of travel, you all return to what looks to be more like a manor house, not a palace of any kind, right? If a rich person built a vacation home in the woods, this would be it. It's a shingled roof, still 3 stories high, but it's a manor. It's got a fence around it that's like a white picket fence, but it's not white. It's just wooden fencing around that you can see over. This place has clearly been kept up, and you see some gardeners out tending to it. There are roses and rose bushes just lining the outside of the front of the estate.
I have a stupid question.
Go ahead.
What is the bathroom situation? Does he just have a fuck ton of outhouses that are really nice? Like Patricia's outhouse? Or does he have, like, actual bathroom they figured out indoor plumbing in the middle of the woods?
Oh. It's odd that you would ask that question first. Actually, we've created a permanent portal to the astral plane. So really, there's not a lot of cleanup required. You just sort of...
Kenny?
Send it to the Gith.
Kenny?
Yeah.
No.
Astral plane?
Yes, I knew what I was doing.
Yes.
With 2 S's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good.
I just want to say, like, roll,
I love
like,
this show.
Rock hears this voice in the back of his mind, rolls like, I'm now very uncomfortable when it rains here. Roll technically exists in the astral plane.
So that's why the plant life is so vibrant.
Well fertilized.
Your Lordship, if you could stop urinating on my other soul, that'd be great.
I got nothing. I am choosing not to pursue this further. This is not.
No, Kenny. You've made your bed. Now you must lie in it.
To which the prince replies, "No."
Power move.
I cannot. This is just how things work.
There's just a smoldering crater of the fire plane. There's pee there.
The prince makes eye contact with Roll while using the restroom.
It's just that
You
one
know,
Calvin and
Wolf's
Hobbes
starting
sticker.
to be a lot more understandable, all things considered.
It's like, who pissed in your coffee? Apparently the Prince of the Fae Court.
The Prince of the Spring.
What an episode. You all see some familiar pixies fluttering around on the grounds. It seems
hey, no
that
hard
they...
feelings about killing you guys that one time, right?
Fuck you!
It was an accident.
But yeah, everywhere that you guys have wandered through the Spring Court, the Lord of the Spring Court has made right again. You are now back at the manor house that is the residence of the Lord of the Spring Court. He guides you all into a very lavish interior. It smells of lavender and honey inside. The honey, as you notice, is actually from a beehive inside of the wall. Not wasps, like honeybees. You know, the ones that are gentle and just sort of land on you and buzz around and don't bother anybody. It is inside the wall of one of the rooms of the house. The dining hall is a massive oak table with oak chairs. Notably, it looks like they grew that way. Like, it doesn't look like the tree was cut. It looks like the tree was convinced to grow into a table.
Oh, I've read about this. It's where you, like, bend the trees a bit. Usually people use it to make fences, but this is a very interesting application of it. Oh, wait, we're in the Feywild. This is magic bullshit. Never mind.
You know, I feel like the Fall Court might have gotten away with better because they just have mushrooms that do this. You had to like, oh, we're gonna make trees do this. I feel like it's probably extra effort. Do you have like a hardcore furniture rivalry with Lord of the Autumn Court?
I'm sure he would like to think so.
Oh, damn. That's a Project Runway answer right there.
Across the Feywild, the Lord of the Autumn Court gets a nosebleed as he takes 1d4 psychic damage.
The sound of 100 gnome carpenters is now suddenly coming from the Night Court. Just.
Aww.
So he says, "Welcome to my home."
It's gnome enrichment. If you don't let them build furniture every so often, they just get sad.
Wait, I thought that was like some sort of special Fey elves or something. Like they did like a thing like building people's shoes or something. I thought that's how the story went.
I do remember something about the shoes.
They're made of blue suede. Anyway.
Is this place like empty of people?
Oh no, it is very, very busy.
Did they
in the same
him?
Well, so here's, as you guys enter, there is some commotion at his return. The sense that you all get is that this manor house was resistant to the effects that were like degrading the rest of the court. And so it was being used as kind of a refuge shelter in the absence of the Lord of the Spring Court while he was gone, right? And so all these very important, very powerful Fae have been hiding out here, basically, when they haven't just fled entirely. He's back. And it's not so much surprise. I will say, Rook, given your connection to, you have witch blood in your veins, you felt it when he was released from the amulet. It was like there was a piece of the Fey court missing. Like he is the Spring Court and the Spring Court is him. So when he was released, it was like things were made whole again, and you felt it intrinsically inside of yourself. Even without any like magical abilities tied to your witch heritage, you felt that. And you get the sense that
witchy bones.
Yeah, you felt it in your witchy bones, like when your knee starts to hurt because the storm's coming. Anyway,
wait, which bones are the witch bones?
What did I do?
I would say probably the wishbone. Anyway,
the wishbone is the witchbone. That's which bone the wishbone is.
Yeah, but when you need to know which wish is which.
Huh?
Stop it! You're hurting Armbar.
you know the video of the cat that's like, huh? And it like moves its head in a weird way. That's
so
just
Armbar's time to
Paragon.
learn about homonyms. Armbar, take 2d4 psychic damage.
I'm unconscious.
Armbar's just in the back.
He's fully lost.
It's a
it.
critical
We have
hit.
to,
Super effective.
we have to give him a break, man. Like this is too much.
You're killing me.
And ominous.
So, the Lord of the Spring Court welcomes you all into his house. He says, "It seems I have quite a lot to be about. Would you all please consider staying here for the night? And in the morning, I will see to whatever needs you have and prepare to send you on your way."
Yeah, that sounds great. We've been like doing the camping thing, walking from the Night Court to the Spring Court for a long time. I am sick of sleeping in my food truck. No offense, food truck. And the petrol alpaca that basically is the avatar of the food truck bleats at me. And the alpaca that I'm riding on bleats back like, you guys are great.
You guys are my best friends.
That's not true. Armbar's my best friend, canonically.
Yeah, we're Nanyos. That means close friends.
You're so close to getting it, Armbar. I believe in you.
Armbar is so pure. So, you all have a night to spend at the Spring Court. The rooms are lavish. You have plenty of space. There are plenty of rooms. The place is just massive, right? Like, it's not a palace, but it is a sprawling manor. Like one of those, the places that those mega church pastors use with their tax-free money. Like, that's that's what I'm talking about. Right? Here you are. You have kind of your own mini wing of the place. you're free to wander around, get into mischief. You're free to explore. You're free to look for anybody selling things. Free to go down to the kitchens to request stuff. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Oh, selling
I want to
things, you say?
spy on him.
You want to spy on him?
I'd
Yeah, I
like
wanna
to
know who he's
assist
talking
Rook
to.
in spying on him. That sounds like
have
such a good idea.
Rook, have a D10 of Bardic Inspiration for whatever the fuck you're doing.
This seems.
Just spying, man.
How would you like to spy?
Okay, so I want to follow him without him noticing me. I want to overhear any conversations he's having.
Okay.
Oh, Rook, if you're going to do that, let you borrow something. And Epi just sort of kicks, almost like you're kicking off a pair of shoes, and his shadow comes attached and walks over and sort of reattaches himself to Rook's shoes. So Rook, you have
Rook does
an extra shadow.
I would also like to
Rook's
cast
eyes go
invisibility
like,
on Rook.
what?
Don't worry. If you can't get in, I'm pretty sure he can. And just, you get a thumbs up from a shadow on the wall that looks like Epi.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
so
would
you now
also-
have a tiefling shadow attached to you, along with
But
your
it's
own.
fine.
That's so
It's fine.
interesting.
I'm going to use my DOS loot, and I'm just going to strum a note, and Rook is now invisible. Do I proc wild magic? If we haven't done once this episode somehow.
That is true. Sadly, you do not.
Wow.
This
Is the new shadow invisible?
so both shadows become actually
Yeah, see?
there is
There's
now
a shadow walking around.
Yeah, it's just a tiefling shadow and nothing else. Because the
Which is somehow more
shadow
conspicuous.
the shadow is Epi's shadow, and Epi is not invisible.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah. Okay. That's fun. Alright.
But does
Now, I have
if
a
it's
question,
Epi's
Kenny.
shadow, does the shadow mimic Epi's movements or Rook's movements?
Oh, man.
Right now, because it is attached to Rook, it is mimicking Rook's movements.
Okay, all right, just
Kenny, I have 2 rules questions for you because Rook is invisible and has advantage on stealth checks.
Yep.
How does advantage work with both the Felix dice and question 2, the coin of absolutes?
So, the Felix dice negates advantage and disadvantage. It is just a regular d20 roll like you would normally roll, plus 5. On
So
top
not
of
helpful
whatever
when
else.
invisible.
Right. So, you actually... The Felix dice is for when
Neutral
you're in a
rolls.
desperate spot, not, I've got the deck stacked in my favor, you don't want to throw that away, right? You
Okay.
can, right? But like if you're trying to make a shot from 300 feet away as the bad guy with 1 hit point is running away, and you're at disadvantage, and it's misty and there's a lot of stuff in the way, right? Felix dice.
Okay.
Anyway. And then,
Coin?
what was the other one? Sorry.
How does advantage or disadvantage work with the coin of absolutes? Do you flip twice and keep the good bad one, or
No, the coin is just a coin
Also-
flip. You
also just a neutral?
Say again?
Also just just treat it as a neutral roll. Got it.
Yeah.
Trying
So-
to help Rook game the system, but I can't get there.
Well, I mean, they're powerful tools, they just... That's what they do. They're not affected by the D20 system, they just... This is how it is.
But it's fine. You have advantage on stealth checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advantage on stealth, and you are invisible. So, go ahead and roll stealth at advantage. Let me know what you get.
Okay.
You do have that D10 of Bardic when you're desperate.
Okay. Stealth. Okay, let's see. I hope this plus 11 works.
And this is what you
Yeah,
do.
I think with reliable talent, that means you can't roll below 21.
Right. Yo, wait a minute. Okay, so I have 21.
Okay. So you just you whiffed it, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Twice.
Oh. Okay.
Oof.
So 21. Alright, let's see. Actually, no, you're invisible. He's rolling at disadvantage to see you.
Ah ha ha. And he's not looking for me, is he? Imagine he's looking for me.
So, he's already got disadvantage. And it's disadvantage to just notice you there. So here's the thing. His perception was a 21. At disadvantage. So,
So what are we gonna do? Duke it out?
I'll tell you what, evens or odds?
Odds.
What did I just roll? 12? Okay. He's gonna see you. He's gonna see the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna put together that it's you. He's gonna think it's Epi.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Epi.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, it's a dastardly plan.
So you're following him, and for at least the first, 15, 20 minutes, he's meeting people, he's reassuring them that he's back, all these great things. How long does invisibility last? Is it an hour?
I did check. Hold on. Spells. Invisibility. Here we go. Yes, up to 1 hour.
Okay.
Hey.
So, go ahead.
When it gets kind of close to an hour, because there's at least one person who would know how long invisibility lasts, Epi's shadow is just gonna kind of skip forward a little bit, half turn to Rook and kind of make a stay there position. And sort of, I'm gonna see if I can give you some advantage when the invisibility drops, because, he's seen the shadow. So the shadow's gonna run up and kind of...
I do want to say, you're jumping through some hoops here. Rary's telepathic bond is still active.
Oh.
So you still have the group chat in your heads.
That's fine. The shadow can give a little bit of advantage. It'll be fun. Just sort of gets up on the wall a little bit.
If the shadow signals to me to go back, I'll just back up. Or doesn't tell the time.
Just convince the Lord of the Spring Court that Epi's doing shadow puppets for his amusement. That's all.
Mostly just, he's watching the shadow, not you. This gives you some opportunities for shenanigans.
Honestly, I want to hear if anything juicy. Do I hear anything juicy? Or even his name?
So you do not hear his name. Everyone calls him Prince or Lordship. Okay. That's all you get. That is what everybody uses, is just honorifics with him.
That's what's up. Being a prince.
Yep. About 50 minutes in, after he's given out quick orders and tasks and everything, he says, "I need to excuse myself. There's someone I must see." And he leaves the meeting area. And I'm presuming, do you follow him?
Yes, I want to follow.
Okay.
And the shadow will follow on a different track. Because he only saw the shadow.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Okay. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Alright, Epi. Roll deception.
Oh boy.
At advantage.
I haven't rolled that in so long. Okay. At advantage.
17. Not terrible.
It's not terrible. You rolled it at advantage?
Yes.
Okay. Rook, go ahead and roll stealth at advantage again.
2. Oh lord, I rolled a natural 1. I know it doesn't matter, but that's just so stupid. Yeah, I got 21 again.
Okay. So, funny enough, at disadvantage this time, his perception is 20. So
nice. He does see the shadow. But
he's tracking the shadow, but because the shadow's taking a different route, he's not tracking Rook.
Nice.
You follow him down to the first floor, off to kind of a side portion of the house. He opens the door into what looks to be a wine cellar, basically. And he goes down there, and there's just rows and rows of very fine wines and very nice, expensive things, right? He gets to the very back wall in the cellar and speaks a word, and you see a warding on the wall dissipate, and the wall itself almost crumbles open, and he walks through, and then
What's the word? Sorry.
So, I'm not... It's not a word. It's like a...
Oh.
Open sesame.
It's a glyph word. I don't know. They're not
okay.
they're not words, right? It's some kind of arcane thing.
Could Rook say it?
Like repeat it. Basically.
Yes, you would be able to say it now.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna write down that I memorized that word.
Okay, yeah, you know how to get in. It
You know
does
the password
close.
to this guy's secret bathroom.
Yeah, it does close behind him.
Oh, okay. Can I hear anything at the wall?
You hear the sound of him going down steps.
Okay, can I open it and follow him?
Yep.
I will.
Okay. So the door seems to crumble open and then repair itself shut, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the wall crumbles away and then, like you played the video in reverse, just reconstitutes itself into a wall.
Nice.
You're walking down the steps. It quickly becomes clear that you're going down several more stories. The air becomes stale. You see the roots of trees winding through the hallway. The area is not nearly as well kept as the rest of the house. It's not meant to be lavish down here. You get down into dungeons at the very bottom. It is maze-like down here. So, you can follow him. He is taking several turns, and he knows where he's going, you don't. So, are you wanting to follow him into this maze-like area?
Yes, but I'm gonna telepathically tell everybody that I'm following him through a maze.
Okay.
And to send someone if you don't hear from me.
Gotcha. Roll a survival check to see if you can remember the path you're taking.
Oh, Lord. Survival. Which one is that now? Oh, boy. It's my favorite. It's wisdom again.
Can I give advantage with the shadow?
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Nice.
There we go. Time for the shtick.
All right. The 2D100 is 16 plus 70. Or 16 and 70.
I had this on the bard table the whole session because of course I would. Alright, so 70 and what was the other one?
16.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, for the next 10 minutes, every attack you make qualifies for sneak attack, right? Even if it normally wouldn't.
Nice. I hope I don't need it.
Yeah, yeah. You are walking past cells, many of which are empty, some of which have creatures of various... What's the word I'm looking for? You see all sorts of stuff down here. You see a grizzled man that his cell is covered in claw marks. You see what is very clearly a vampire just stuck in a cell. Lots of what appear to be powerful fae from different courts. You pass a hag. You pass just a massive elemental that is barely contained within the magical wards of a cell. It looks to just be like a storm contained within a cell.
Damn.
He finally stops in front of a cell that is slightly larger than the others, with a frost giant chained to the wall.
Okay.
It has been 58 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna hang back and watch. I'm gonna climb up on the ceiling and watch from above.
Okay.
Because I have these climbing shoes.
Yeah, you do.
They're fucking sick.
Yeah, you do. So you are on the ceiling watching. We will
That's
come
it.
back to you next episode.
Oh,
I was about to say, can I ready a spell for
Yes.
if anybody turns around? I have greater invisibility, but it only lasts for a minute.
Uh-huh.
But
So, hang
I
on
have
to
a
that.
shadow there.
Yeah,
Okay.
hang on to that. So, for everybody else, y'all are just hanging out. Rook's doing Rook's thing. Anybody else have anything that they want to do now?
I have something I want to do toward the end of the hour, if no one else has anything. Because I think Brock's been like, oh, I need to maintain a spell. He's just been chilling out by his food truck, sitting on his alpaca while his two alpacas just eat whatever's in a trough for them.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, but does anyone else have anything like Armbar, Baragon? I feel like Brock and Epi are mostly on the keep Rook not caught track in terms of activities, but I do have one thing I want to do.
I think Baragon's kind of more taking the time to like sit and contemplate what's been going on in the last couple like weeks for him, because it's been a lot really fast.
Baragon needs a break.
Yeah. Baragon needs like a week to just reflect on life.
I think I could do that now.
You could. Be some checks involved.
Jump on your to be read pile.
Right.
I go have a vacation week in Neverwinter. It lasts for 5 minutes.
No, you gotta go to the summer court beach episode.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Beach episode.
We can still get that beach episode, guys. It's gonna happen.
Heck yes.
Baragon accidentally gets like Groundhog Day trapped in the beach episode. Like, it's his personal hell. He's trying to get out of the beach episode.
Sand gets everywhere on everything.
That's actually really funny and good, and we should just do that anyway.
That sounds like a great premise for an episode. Everybody's having a blast, and Baragon is like, I can't get out of this fucking day. Oh my god. Alright. Anybody else? Armbar, what's Armbar up to?
Like, what are we interacting with again?
Oh, so, we're just partying at this guy's house.
Yeah. So you guys are at basically the richest guy you know has a massive summer home in the woods, and you guys are there. Rook is sneaking around and getting into mischief, but the rest of y'all are like free to roam and do whatever your heart desires.
Apparently Baragon's just knocking back drinks at the bar.
Is there alcohol at this party?
There is absolutely alcohol.
Yeah, grain alcohol specifically.
Oh, they've got wines, alcohol, hard liquor, whatever you need.
Is there anybody that we're trying to kind of like prevent from noticing, like Rook, while she's sneaking around?
Yeah.
She's like way down the dungeons at this point.
I'm
I think she's good.
way down.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like 10 stories down in...
Yeah, she has succeeded where you could have helped her in that regard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Armbar, you want to just do some drinks with me? And I'm just sitting here outside, like, with a pack of, like, I have the hard shit.
That's the only kind of shit that I'll try. Let's do it, brother.
Hey, dear, you want a glass of the shit? I remember you liked it.
No, not tonight. God, why does he become English every once in a while?
You'll have to try this. It's his favorite.
Baragon just psychically goes, "What's England?" His secondary catchphrase.
I just can't stop getting more questions, and I just have less and less answers the longer I stay with these people.
The crisis.
All right. So Armbar, it's fine. Let's. Epi, you want a glass of the hard shit? I think we should all do a shot of the hard shit to celebrate killing Baba fucking Yaga.
You know,
That sounds good, but should we wait until we're sure that Rook is safe?
I mean, I can maintain concentration drunk.
look, I realized that when I kicked this
the little chuckle from Kenny was so funny.
I understand that you're able to do that, and technically, if I kick my shadow off, it can just do whatever, even if I'm just sleeping. But, not gonna risk it. Also, I want to see what sort of magical nonsense they go.
The smallest of of mini bars comes up to Epi with the most adorable cup of liquor ever, Muck over his shoulder, both looking up at him with puppy dog eyes. Won't you try some? And when he says that,
like
it's
that.
actually, won't you try some?
Oh,
There you
boy.
I am making an insight check. I don't know what
That makes me want to do it
spell
less.
I have to see if this is poison or not.
I mean,
One
it is
moment.
poison. It's the dwarven ale.
I mean,
It's
yes,
literally
but
the
also does it
same-
have boogers?
Wait, is it GIF or GIF?
Oh, no.
No, we're not going back to there.
No,
Come
no.
on.
Because the Discord.
We're right there. Come
Everybody
on.
relax.
We're so close.
Put the gun down.
That's minibar.
We can talk
You don't
about
have
this. We
to
can be
do this.
reasonable.
Minibar, if he doesn't want to drink, we're not going to pressure him to.
I still want to
Listen.
roll that insight check. I need to know if there are goobers in this drink.
I mean,
It's
you don't
probably
need an insight
dissolved
check for
because
that.
of how strong the liquor is.
I
It's
knew
true.
it!
Nothing
I knew there was
survives
a
in here.
booger.
So the removal of like some of the spices, and you really just have cleaning solution, right? So it's just dwarven ale. It's anything that you put in there. It's like the
becomes neutralized.
yeah. Is there?
Check it out. I figured something out. I pressed to digitize mine. Now it's cherry flavor. It's exactly as caustic as before, but now it tastes like cherries.
The dwarven ale actually subsumes the magic and returns to dwarven ale. It's that strong. It's
Shit. Wow, this stuff's real strong.
yeah.
Armbar, minibar, you ready?
The last time that I drank this ale, I met the Raven Queen to her face. Look, I've been trying to figure out this fate crystal. Sure, why not? Or this, yeah, why not? Hand it to me, minibar. And I knock it back. I'm
So-
sure this
I
will
also
end
knock-
well.
I also knocked
That's
mine
the
back.
spirit. We all knock it back.
I will say there is a dwarf that is overhearing you guys' conversation. He's going, "You drank our ale and literally met God? Give me a cup of that."
yeah, sure. Pour him one.
Every
He's a
time
battledore.
Epi drinks, he just meets the Raven Queen because he just got that close to dying. It's
I also point
fine.
out, like, last time Epi got this drunk, Epi also watched reality disintegrate. That's how hard this liquor is for Epi.
Yeah, Epi has canonically had the worst experiences with this exact specific ale. So
I have a strength of 6. Epi is a twig.
Yeah, Armbar does have advantage on the con save because of the belted dwarven kind.
So everybody give me a con save at disadvantage except for Armbar, who is at neutral because disadvantage and advantage cancel out.
Natural 20, wish I could keep that.
Whoa.
Let's try again.
Where did my...
The worst of the two is 10 plus numbers, which will not do it.
No, we're not.
So speaking of 10 plus numbers, I have 10 plus no numbers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go meet
wait.
God.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
Epi, roll. Can we let Epi use the coin of absolutes because we're about to take a long rest?
sure. Epi.
Okay.
Just evens or odds.
Evens or odds?
Odds. Wait, no,
Odd.
evens.
Okay. Evens is 20, odds is 1. It's odds. That's a nat 1.
Fuck.
Ah.
This
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah,
I'm
wild
gonna go
magic
meet
surge.
God with a
And have a
hangover.
wild magic surge.
It was worth it.
Worth it.
Alright. Armbar, give me your... just a straight con save.
Oh, you still want me to roll?
Yeah. While Epi gives me 2d100.
So, let's see. We have
I
a
feel like I
29
want...
and a 33.
A 33 and a what?
29.
I feel like one of those is sending.
So, we're gonna go with the funniest
best
one, which is you cast haste on your oldest friend in range. Nadir, you have haste. I don't need to ask who the oldest
Oldest, I
one
get it.
is. It's Nadir.
It depends on the syntax of the sentence, to be honest,
Wait.
but it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
oldest,
yeah. I also thought
age-wise,
oldest
or,
friend
like-
meant
Oh, no.
like.
No. It's Nadir.
We're gonna be literal here.
Okay,
that's
cool.
all.
Nadir,
All right, cool.
you just took the biggest shot of espresso you've had ever. You're vibrating.
And I didn't even drink.
Look, Epi knocked that back. Some fate magic happened. Something happened to the dwarven ale inside of Nadir's cup.
Yeah.
Epi
luck.
knocked it back hard enough that Nadir also felt the effects.
Nadir feels 150 again. Armbar, what is your saving throw?
I got 13, but I almost want to use Indomitable to re-roll it.
Go for it. We're at the end of the episode. Do it.
24!
Yeah!
That'll do it.
Yeah, baby.
Armbar remains unconquered by this ale. Everybody else
I
is...
also...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I also used Indomitable because I got some crap rolls, and I got a 27.
At disadvantage?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, but I re-rolled it because I had Indomitable,
That's awesome.
right?
Well done. So, the gladiators just throw this back and are unfazed. Y'all have a comfortable buzz going. So, and then Paul, you had... Sorry.
I
Brock.
had 10 plus doesn't fucking matter. So Brock is like now really, really hammered. He's like, guys, I remember the last time I drank this shit, I felt like this. I had a good idea, and I summoned the deck of many things.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Let's see what we get, guys. And I draw a card. What card do I get?
All right, so I knew you were doing this before the episode started, so I went ahead and calculated stuff out. You draw the Sun card.
Ooh.
Now, the Sun card, you gain 50,000 experience. We're not really doing XP leveling, so I'm going to say everybody levels up.
Yeah!
Wow.
Wow.
So we all feel very
I forgot
powerful
to ask
suddenly.
this.
Yeah, you all get a wave of power. Everybody level up once before next session.
Okay.
Oh
Hey,
my
guys.
god, this alcohol is the best.
Yeah, dude, I am like, this is hot dice, guys. I gotta spin again. I draw a second card.
Well, hang on.
Okay. Oh, there's more to the Sun card?
You also gain the Fate Dealer's deck.
The what?
I specifically do?
Yes, you specifically gain a deck of cards.
What is
Oh, that's
this?
cool.
Yeah. So basically, it is the legendary variety.
Whoa.
It has 52 uses. Once you draw a card, it dissipates. But it adds +3 to any one instance of a saving throw versus your spell, or it adds to your spell attack or your spell DC for one instance.
Oh, cool. I got an entire other deck of cards.
Yeah.
I just like, okay, I fish around like, pocket, here we go, pocket. I drop it on the ground, pick it up, no, let's try that again. I put it in the pocket. All right, guys, clearly, fate is on my side tonight. I'm going to spin again. I draw a second card.
Wait.
So y'all watch. Brock, you draw the card.
Can I try some, if I actually do meet the Raven Queen and learn how to use my fate marble, can I do some fate bullshit and make him draw a reasonably good card if he draws a bad one?
Nope.
Ooh.
This is the deck of many things
Yeah, it's the
is
deck.
beyond.
We have said the deck of many things can't be tampered with. Baragon literally used the power of a god to try and stop a draw once it didn't work.
Yeah.
And also, you tried that before. Like, the Raven Queen might have been able to do it, but she said, nah, I don't feel like it. You remember that one.
Damn.
You overestimate my memory.
I'm just pointing out the reasons this wouldn't work. Like, you have, like, a first grade education to use this. The Raven Queen could barely do it, and she's an actual god.
Raven Queen has been doing this shit. She's PhD level and is like, nah, I'm not messing with that. That's nuh-uh.
Epi SpongeBob with the word name written really, really nicely on the essay. Anyway, what card do I draw with my hot dice second draw?
All right. So everyone else, Brock draws a card. His eyes and skin all go gray. Like, where Brock is normally a very flamboyant, colorful individual, he goes grayscale and falls over. The card flops onto the ground, face up. You see the void. Your soul is drawn from your body and contained in an object in a place of the DM's choice. One or more powerful beings guard the place. While your soul is trapped in this way, your body is incapacitated. A wish spell can't restore your soul, but it can reveal the location of the object that holds it. You draw no more cards. So, Brock's body is alive, but incapacitated. Brock's soul is somewhere.
Plural.
Souls, true. True indeed.
How does this affect Inky, who's attached to my soul?
Inky is technically a part of you. I would say Inky is also whisked away, so Inky also flops over.
Yeah.
Alive,
the food truck is now just full of comatose people.
Yeah, so the undead pile of bones just sort of collapses, right? It's Inky. Yeah. Brock's song, for the moment, is gone.
No!
Hey man, what
boss!
the hell?
And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
God damn it.
Damn. Nadir, I took your advice and ordered tabletop gaming supplies from our sponsor, Dragon Master Games. I got a new book, some dice, and other accessories.
That's wonderful. And you remembered to tell them in the comments that Bard Rock Cafe sent you?
Yeah, like, of course.
But now I have another problem. Brock gave me the money for the supplies and said it's coming out of the budget. What does that mean?
Oh, well, our show and the other shows on the network are partially funded by our viewers on Patreon and Ko-fi. In addition to covering costs like editing and web hosting, we use some of those funds to purchase the actual games we play on air. Because, as creators, we want to support the developers as much as we can.
Okay, so like, our viewers can go to the Patreon and Ko-fi linked in the show notes to support us and the rest of the network? I didn't know that.
Yes, correct. Anyway, why don't you tell me more about this game you're planning?